Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Dallas track and field. Well, Matt Samuel joined us right now, the head coach. Well, Matt, somehow, some way, the ladies there, you guys were able to pull it out in dramatic fashion. As always, is even more fun and more heart-wrenching, I'm sure. But what an effort, once again, from the Dallas track and field team at the district championships.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was definitely a good feeling afterwards, but I don't know about so much during. It was pretty stressful for that entire meet, but we're certainly elated to come away with the victory there. That was just a really good time afterwards, but it was only so good when we found out we won it. So it was a really great night for our program, and we're just very proud of our girls. They just did excellent that night.
Let's go through some of the performances. We could start anywhere. Let's start with your high jumper, Miss Kravitsky.
Yeah, Katie's been, she's been doing really well in that event all season. She's been battling through some injuries and some other things that have kind of hampered her, but she's apparently not letting that slow her down at all. And she's had a really excellent season, but certainly again at the district championships, maybe not quite at 100% up there, but really pulled through for us, and also with another goal we had in there, Frankie Tressler. She helped bring her on too, and she'd been injured for most of the season, so it was nice having those girls in that event. They were able to get us 16 points there, so that was quite a big swing in that event. So it's nice to have that going on.
Well, tell us about your distance girls, who once again did a great job, and sometimes a little bit of grueling for doing 2, 3, 4 events at times. But Lindsay really stepped up.
Oh, absolutely. You know what, Lindsay Aremus, has just been a great runner for our program for the last couple of years, but particularly at this district meet, we came into it and. In the weeks leading up to it, I told Lindsay, I said, hey, you're going to have a very difficult night that night. But Lindsay's the type of person that, was able to accept that very easily and would do anything to help us out. And I'll tell you what, she performed with a great amount of determination and guts, and that's Lindsay for you. She's dogged and relentless, and I knew if I put her with a tough task there that she was going to be able to perform, and she certainly did. It was just a really great testament to her hard work and dedication over the last couple of years, and now it's really paid off with a team victory, and I know that was really important to her. So we kind of rode her pretty hard, but she certainly didn't let us down. It was a very, very big night for her.
And Allie Rome, she's got a pretty interesting test there in the 3,200. Don't know if I've seen one like that, the way that went down towards the end, but nonetheless able to pull out that win.
Well, I tell you what, the entire night we knew it was going to be a very close team battle. We had talked about how tight it was and how many great teams there were there, and we had a lot of teams able to score a lot of points, and I was one that didn't think we were going to win that whole thing, but as tight as the team battle we knew it was going to be, we also knew that race in the 3,200 was going to be a very close, competition as well. And Aaron Feeney from Scranton Prep was only seated just a second behind Allie, and those are two tremendous times. They came in with a 10:45 and a 10:46 under their belts. But you knew that was something that was going to go either way, and what made it particularly difficult on all the races up there for every team, but in that 3,200 was the wind, and it seemed to pick up a little bit there towards the end of the night, and it got a little colder, and those girls dueled it out there the entire time, and it's one of those races, and unfortunately I'm on the sidelines there watching those types of races, and a couple of times I've had the good fortune to see us come out on top on those, and there's been some unfortunate times where we haven't seen that. But it's just, again, it's a statement to the fortitude of Allie. She's I want to say seasoned veteran at this as well. She's she's had some pretty big victories under her belt, and that kind of helped her there. But it was certainly a trying time, until that very last 100 meters where she was able to kind of catch up to Erin there and just barely pass her. I honestly was on the back side of the track for that, and I didn't get to see exactly who had won that race, and so I didn't really know. I actually got confirmation from my father, who was watching the television broadcast. I said, "Well, did she win?" And he said, "Yeah, by 3 feet." And I said, "Well, it's a win then." So it was neat to see that. Allie's she's a competitor, and it was nice to see that she didn't give up on that. And I'm sure both of those girls are going to do very well down at the state meet next week.
Matt Samuel, Dallas Track and Field here on the John Mendola Show. Coach, you have a nice young sprinter, and then I'm sure some other girls you're proud of that put in a great season this year as well.
Yeah, we you know what, I tell you what, on the sprints and the jumps and even somewhat in the throws, we have some really young, outstanding girls. We seem to have like a nice little core of young sprinters and jumpers and some throwers there that are just really complementing the team. So it's nice to have them. We have Sammy Mendola in the 100 and 200 finals. That was really nice to see her. We also had a young lady named Abby Zollner, who was a tremendous hurdler for us all season. Both night riders, and that's great. We also had those girls would run the 4x1. Missoula was our anchor of our 4x1 relay, and a couple other girls. Holly Holthouse, who was battling through some injuries the night of districts and kind of gutted out some stuff there, and she's a freshman and then pole vault and did that. So it's got a really nice crop, and we're also very fortunate. We have Abby Zollner and Anna Cheshire, who was an excellent athlete in the pool. Both of those girls are very excellent athletes in the pool. They were able to kind of lend us their services, on our track team. And we in the throws we have some young ladies, and we have 2 juniors that are kind of becoming the stalwarts there. Nikki Wren in the javelin was great all season for us, and just missed going to the state championships in the javelin. And Kaylin Kachansky in the discus and the shot put was just tremendous all season, and threw really well, and was just missing going to states in the discus. So it's nice having that kind of group, and we know we have a lot of underclassmen coming back. We only have one senior. Lindsay Arenas is our only senior, so it's a nice little group coming back. We're not trying to think about next year yet, but it's just been some really great performances all the way around with these ladies, and they just are consummate teammates. It's been a real pleasure. Coach Radzinski and I, we have been very happy with the way that they are with each other. It's just been a really great team atmosphere all year long, and we just couldn't be more proud of them. And I guess it shows when you're able to win a hard-fought district championship like that. It was neat to see that, and I'm sure that was a big reason why.
And Matt, how about on the guys' side? You have some youth that you're looking forward to there at Dallas as well?
Yeah, you know what? We have a young team there. It is pretty difficult. We're kind of a smaller AAA school, and so I don't like to make excuses and say anything like that. We didn't really, set our guys up for the district championships as a team. So we tried to let them concentrate on some individual events and so forth. We just didn't. You have some really great teams in our district. We just really saw some great performances, boys and girls, all the way around up there. So, when you're finishing against those kind of people, and you're not quite beating them just yet, and you have great teams like Western Wayne and that Coach Collins is doing up there. It's just this is a great thing. But we have a pretty young squad. We're not really losing quite a bit there. We do lose some seniors this year, but some young guys, Yuzu Utada in the sprints, and we have some very young crop of distance runners, our freshman distance runners. So they're gonna mature, and they're gonna come along, and hopefully we're gonna see some better performances out of them. But it was a tough year for them, but they're a great group too. We couldn't be blessed with better attitudes and things this year, and it's really helped. And you know what? And they're also so complimentary with our girls. They really, helped our girls out all season, and particularly at the district meet. They were just really good. They're very good with one another, and that was a big reason for our success too. So our guys do deserve some credit. We always kind of share those victories as team victories, and for our entire program, not just for one gender. So it was nice to have their help as well.
Well, as always, some athletes punching the clock, getting ready for Shippensburg University. Matt Samuel, Ed Rudzinski doing a fabulous job there with the Mountaineers program. Well, Coach, we wish you well at Shippensburg and look forward to chatting with you again.
Thank you so much, John.
All right, that is the Dallas Mountaineers track and field team here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.